Hello everybody. You may notice that I've kind of turned ever so slightly, just ever so slightly, because, so, that's a long story, this basically. There's a railway line, literally. The London to Glasgow railway line is just across there. It's 30 yards. And I've always had noise, I've always had interference from the railway line. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's changed and it's become worse. And I was talking about it last week about how I thought it maybe the neighbour had bought some piece of electrical equipment and had it next door. I don't know what it was. Actually, the neighbour's very friendly and helpful, and we did some elimination, and it's nothing in that house next door. So I've come to the conclusion that it's the railway line. Still, it was always a railway line, but it's worse. So if I'm facing this way, see, there's less hum if I sit this way. So the only thing that I haven't moved is this. The messages. I've moved it slightly. So let's see. Pied Scooter, Stephanie Robinson, Johnny Wright, Elmo Jones Music, Anita, Stephen Coleman, and some messages who've gone past. Kenny Mortimer, 25,000 volts go through the overhead wires. Well, there you go. That would explain it. What is this guitar, somebody has asked? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's a... Well, we're not allowed to use the word telecaster, are we? Because Fender get uppity. But it's a telecaster. Made for me last week by Trev Wilkinson. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's so fantastic, I can't stop playing it. And it is thrown into question, will I be selling one of my other Telecasters? There's David Rose. Good evening, sir. I know you well enough to say hello to. Yeah. So I'm thinking about selling a Telecaster because this is so good. So what's the story? Well, it's 100% Trev Wilkinson parts. It's an Alder, 2-piece Alder body, nitrocellulose, the way we like it. Maple neck, nitrocellulose, the way we like it. These are Trev Wilkinson's pickups. WTV, or is it WV? It's WVT. So Wilkinson Vintage T. T for Telecaster. Neck and bridge. So WVT N, WVTB. Wilkinson Vintage Telly neck, Wilkinson Vintage Telly bridge. The bridge itself is an anniversary Duplo 59. Now, there's some things we can say about that, but I think we'll come to that a little bit later on. Let's not go diving straight into that just yet. Everybody can see me and hear me. Good evening from Danbach. As you can see, I've had to move the studio around temporarily. Well, not temporarily, permanently, but this needs to be moved as well. So, okay, let's have a listen to this Telecaster made by Trev Wilkinson. This week, this guitar is 3 days old. I mean, it resonates. One of the things I really like about it is you can roll the tone back and it really warms up the bridge pickup. So that's the bridge pickup wide open. Just roll it back a bit. Trev said that the pickups are kind of non-specific, but Trev said that they're kind of an amalgamation of all of his favourite Telecaster pickups rolled into one. So I think the fact that we're looking at this it's very much a 60s thing. The older body is very much a 60s thing, and I think, you know, the wiring of the pickups will be approximately 60s, I would say, you know. Mark Robinson, good evening. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, folks. I've kind of moved things around just a couple of feet because the buzz off the railway line. There goes my plectrum. The buzz off the railway line was, I couldn't work with it. It's got worse. I don't know what they've done. I don't know why they've made it worse. Good evening, David Cowan. NECA 62 from Barcelona. Good evening, sir. AYT. AT. Right there. Yeah, Laborio Derario. Lee, the Flying V's gone back. The Flying V's gone. I'm afraid to have to tell you. But look at what we've got. Look at what we've got. So, shall we talk about... let me just stop the playlist a little bit because I want to talk about... There's a thing that we do that some of you may know. Billy Gibbons, I saw Billy Gibbons does this, and it's called top winding. You do it on a Gibson, and the idea is, if we're looking at the guitar sideways like that, okay, and the string goes into the body. You see, goes into these holes here, right? So what happens is when the string comes out of there and it goes that way, you've got an enormous amount of pressure down here, okay, and which makes the strings tighter for bending, which may not be what you want to do. So what some Gibson players have done, like I said, Billy Gibbons, I saw Billy Gibbons do this, Bonamassa does it as well, is you put the string on the other way and you bring it back over like that. So let's just have a look at this bridge. I hope I've explained that well enough. But basically, there's the neck. If the string's coming in from the bottom of the guitar and then that way, this angle makes the string very tight. So if the string is straight, flatter like that, then it's easier to bend. So if we have a look at the bridge, I made a little video here. You see those strings are going into the body there. Okay. Now look at those two strings there. They're going into the bridge. There's holes drilled in the back of the bridge, so that angle. Can you see the angle of the string coming out of the body compared to the angle of the string going into the back of the bridge? Okay, I made that video before. So the idea is, I've put my own strings on this. So if you had really heavy strings like 11s or 12s or something like that, if you put them into the back, they'll be a little bit easier to bend. But I'm using 9s, so all of mine gauge 9 strings go into the usual, you know. You can see the angle, yeah, doing all of them, overwound or whatever they call it. Edge of darkness. The railway, yeah. See, it's not so. Yeah, the Flying V's gone back. Anyway, let's listen more to this guitar because I believe that I now have a Telecaster for sale because this has came in and still stolen the show, and I've played £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, $4,000 guitars by reputable brands that aren't as good as this guitar. Those brands I'm talking about are not in amongst these guitars that I have hanging on the wall. Some brands that charge $3,000-4,000 for a guitar. This guitar is better. It's better. So this next one's called Mirror of the Mind, and it's very much a Telecaster riff. Goes like, it's Mirror of the Mind. Project our reality onto the world. The world is impartial. It's our opinion that makes it whatever it appears to be. It isn't what it appears to be. It is what we project upon it. That's the idea of it. Take it or leave it, I don't care. so long since I played this one, I've forgotten what key it's in. Let's try again. Yes, mirror of the mind, if you will. So we're talking about this Wilkinson. We're talking about this Wilkinson guitar, Trevor Wilkinson. It's fabulous. It's absolutely fantastic. Can't fault it. Can't fault it. I went down to Trev's place on Friday. Long day. A lot of driving and 5-6 hours down there talking about guitars and whatnot. And then driving back up. And it's fantastic. What can I say? This is like... I think this guitar's close to the top of the tree of my Telecaster collection, which means I'd like to keep all my guitars, but I might sell a Telecaster. I might have a Telecaster for sale, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in buying a Telecaster, why not drop me an email? What's next? Should we listen? Gilapogo, good evening in Austria. Number 3, Soul Tone. Of course, of course. What key is this one in? I gotta learn what keys I write these songs in. I suppose it's about having a lot of material to choose from. My biggest phobia of this entire live stream is that I'm going to run out of material or be repetitive, and I would that's, you know, we've got more music coming. Also, ladies and gentlemen, doing a live stream with Paul Wilson on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Guitar piano duets. Make sure you tune into that. The link for that will go live after this show. So let's play Soul Tone. Start that again. I'm not happy with how that transpired. Here we go. Some interesting mistakes in that one. Logic Fuzzy, Catherine K. Green, Stephen Coleman, yeah, Nick Branson. You're in home just east of Hull. I'm at home in North Tyneside. So that was number 3, wasn't it? What's number 4? That's a good question. What's number 4? That's a good question. Listening down the street sounds great. Pete, hello there. How are you doing? Pete Brown's my neighbour. Nice to see you. It's lucky it's on the headphones. We've been trying to eliminate the buzz from the railway line, Pete. Listen, if I turn the guitar this way, I've kind of angled the studio, the set, somewhat. So okay, because it's kind of a Telecaster night. Let's get the tremolo on the Fender Twin. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tune up. I'm using a Strobo Stomp tuner for the first time this evening. It's very nice. Also, some of you may have noticed that we have the switch plate on the other way around. Telecaster normally has the switch there and the volume and tone at the back, and I just thought we'd try this. So the volume controls here instead of back there. I think I quite like it. It's not necessarily written in stones easily. In case of popping 2 screws out, reversing it, put it back, be the same. Yeah, Catherine Kate Green sorted the buzz by turning the studio around a couple of foot. Number 4, that's a good question. Okay. chord change in there I forgot about. Well, I hadn't forgotten about it, it just happened that it hit at a place that I wasn't expecting. Yeah. You never have enough guitars. Well, I think that's K.A. the Hun. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Yeah, volume for swells, that telly shimmers against the room. Good, good. Number 5, Feel My Love, Bob Dylan. Based on the version by Adele. Yeah. This is Paul Wilson on piano, and for those of you who are aware of Paul, we'll be doing a live stream from here on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. European Union time. Usual time, Sunday, it's the Sunday, but it'll be on Tuesday, and Paul and I are going to do a duet. And this is Paul playing the piano in this one, and it's the Bob Dylan one. Beautiful rendition by Adele. Here we go. you know, I've got nothing against Bob Dylan. I don't know the man personally. I don't know the man personally. But he's a great artist, a great songwriter, a great poet, a great commentator, and all of these things. But it seems that people like the Byrds and Adele and Hendrix and all of these artists seem to find this incredible hidden musicality in the Dylan songs. You know, when Dylan plays them, I've got nothing bad to say about Bob Dylan. I don't wish to be attacked, because I am not attacking Bob Dylan. What I'm saying is that, you know, you take Hey Mr. Tambourine Man, you hear the Byrds version of it. It's like there's this musicality to it. It's obviously Dylan's songs. I mean, the musicality is in his song, but these people just seem to, you know, like Hendrix is all along the Watchtower and so on. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad that you're enjoying the show. It's number 6 now. Summertime. Apparently Gershwin hated this one. We'll never know why, or maybe we do know why. We haven't asked. I certainly haven't. So this is a custom-made guitar, made for me by Trev Wilkinson, down near Liverpool and Southport. I was down there on Friday and I walked in and he was just putting the finishing touches to it, and we tweaked it and we adjusted the saddles. And I should also say that these saddles are reversible, by the way. So, you know, it's a long story, which I won't go into now, but it's about intonation on Telecasters. And it's all kinds of permutations. And this simple thing, this simple bridge, Trev seems to be able to invent things further down the line that the original inventor didn't think of. What was the name of the last song? Feel Your Love. Make You Feel My Love by Bob Dylan. But if you want to hear something closer to that, listen to the Adele version. Or you can buy a copy of the Covers Night album, which we did. Did an album called Covers Night. And if you send me an email, I can organise that for you. It's an MP3 album. It's an MP3 album. Let me just get on top of things here while we're on. I have a Patreon page, although unfortunately